So, I guess we'll do a quick shout out to a gangster with the 4R on YouTube requesting a video on taming of horses. This will basically be it's universal. Taming in general, it's the same for all. You just have to make sure you're able to fight and to subdue whatever beast you are trying to tame. So thank you again, Gangster, and I hope this video will help you out some. Alright. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video here. Today we are going to be looking at taming, as someone has been requesting it, and I will do the best I can. Unfortunately, I am trapped within the village I'm working with, so it is going to be one of those weekends. Basically, just an update on that. Snail and his buddies, they're just, I don't know if they just don't have jobs or they're just, natural delinquents of the Haven and Hearth world. But if you do see whatever bay on the map, I would highly recommend that you not go nowhere near the village and instead just use the charter stone. I believe it might be WB or whatever bay. If I find it, I will post it in the description in case if anyone's looking to trade or if they want to, if this happens again with the roads, I'm probably just going to have to do that and use the thingy walls, which will be a fun little thing. But it's no biggie. It's Haven and Hearth. Shit happens. So, right now, we will jump over to my alt. Unfortunately, my main is also my combat alt, so I can't really do any taming, so I do hope whatever I'm taming right now doesn't go into, just bad. Just outright lose the tame. So I'll explain more when we get over there. And it's just a quick update. I can't really do much. But I guess I should start making another a hunting alt and just keep them over at my little outpost I have. So without further ado, this is your Ravens, and let's get right to it on taming. Okay. Alright, as you can see, I got a little sheepy taming. He's not ready yet, and I hope he's alright. Some of the basics to start off with. All you need in order to tame is not only to be able to fight whatever it is you wish to tame, but you will need clovers, and you will need a rope to leash them. But you will also need a hitching post, which it's not on this one, but it'll be in the build, and then animals and processing, or it'll be in the animals tab within the build. It's just one rope, 5 or 10 logs, I forget. But let me go find something to rope onto this, and just drop this. But yeah, that's all you need is a rope and a clover. So let's go find us something to tame. Hopefully another moufulon. Before we go into this one, see if you do choose to use a horse. Before you use the clover, make sure you control and left click. And so that way, because if you're on the horse, then the animal won't come and take the clover, or it will be blocked by the horse. So just keep that in mind. Alright, as we have an auroch right here, it's basically a cow once it's tamed. What you'll do is you'll take a clover, and you'll right click it. They'll run around, and there's a chance that they will take it, and they won't. If they do not take it, you'll have to find another animal. Uh, this taming process is the same for all a horse, the sheep or moufulon, or even boars too. You can tame those for pigs. But come on, buddy, there you go. You would take a rope and you will rope it. You see a leashed animal, so you want to giddy up. And because the best way to have is like a taming out, you can have the hearth right there at the pen. And there we go. Now you could choose to just drag them along, but do note that they are not that fast. So if they get caught on something or they lag behind, then they will not. But you would take the rope and you would right click it. You see that 15 if you're using ender. Let me go ahead and put this horse back. You see that's 15, and over here my little sheepy is, if I can get everything together, that would be great. Thank you. Alright, there's 35% tame. Normally they go from like 15 to 45 to 75, and then they're fully tamed. It takes a couple days to tame the animals. But what you're looking for, I have it pre-recorded when I was taming my first horse. I'll briefly talk over through that when we get there, but basically, if you leave your animals on combat stance for too long, I believe it's so. Generally, as soon as you rope the animal onto the hitching post, it will take them between 12 to 36 hours before they become ready to, before they go into their combat stance, which is really annoying, especially if you're busy in real life, you got work, and then it helps to have like couple people with different times tables. Taming is really easily done with, in groups with different times that they're able to get on. Because when you first rope them on there, it doesn't take, after 5 hours of them being in the combat stance, they will start to lose the tameness percentage. And when it gets low enough, it will despawn. So do keep that in mind. When you see them misbehaving, give them a good old smacking and they should be okay. But when you're picking, because I think I might bite off more than I can chew with the auroch, but hopefully I can get my mane out of the village so I can break all my armor trying to tame it. But having a cow would really be good. But yeah. Normally, when you're going to, when you're doing the taming, if you rope, like say there's a bunch of mouflons in one group, and you try to rope all of them, or a bunch of them, and try to, just to tame, they are considered in the game's code as linked, so they're like all of one herd. So let's say if this one was combat ready, every of those linked mouflons or auroches, they will begin to aggro on you, which will be very annoying. So one way to counteract that is if you have like a little stone hut. I'm not sure if you can build a hitching post in there, but it would make life a lot easier to have little different huts you can to keep them separated. But other than that, have like one over here and then one all the way over here. I mean, it might still aggro, but that's why we have palisades and fences in the way. But I don't do the group taming because I just find it too annoying to deal with them, especially when they bash down the fences and it gets very ugly really quick. or just annoying in the mouflon's case. So just keep that in mind, that you don't get ganged up on by all the animals that are linked. So, yeah, I guess we'll hop over to the, I guess I'll have to voice over it on the horsing. But this is basically true for all tames. The aerobic, this one's 12 to 36 hours. It is all random, which is annoying. That's why I like silk farming, because at least that's always on time, every time. But at least you have like a 5-hour leeway. And if you are mostly done with the tames, like if they're at 75 or 95%, then they can really go a whole day. I think they lose 1% or 5% every hour after those 5 hours or something like that. But just try to be on top as you can. So I guess now we'll go over to the voiceover. That's okay. Blah, 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 blah. That's right. Alright. So basically, as you see, the horse is in a combat stance here. We're going to check our options real quick. As one in the ender is the auto piece on combat. That'll save you a lot of trouble when you're doing when you got a lot of tames going on, or if you just don't want to forget, you can just flip it on real quick. And as that horse is raring to go, we're going to teach it some manners real quick. As you see at the top right, you see pursue, and you'll see a little olive branch. If you're not using the enders or the auto piece, make sure you click on that and you should see an olive branch. That means that you want peace, and when the taming process is done, it should be good. But as you can see, one thing that I do is I like quick barrage, and I full circle up until about 200 or 250 HP for the horses, and it's about 150 for the moufulons, I believe, like 180 or something. I don't like to guess too much. I like to keep them set, so you leash them back onto the post. And yeah, just make sure you're able to fight or combat. See, at the time I was with the guys, I messed up, but yeah, make sure you have the armor, and you know, basically, as I said before, if you're able to fight them, then you will be able to get the taming done. Now, I believe this is the last attempt, I think. I think sometimes it can take 2 sessions. It might take 3. It's really RNG with the game, so try not to stress too much. And as we're going back in here, just kind of panicking through real quick because I forgot to put my shield on. So yeah, you have shield up, but make sure you have the shield equipped. I was pretty tired, but yeah, this is just all taming is. Just gotta get them up to a certain threshold. I will stop full circle, and I will just spam quick barrage. And voila, there's your horse, or sheep, or cow, or boar. It's all the same. They will always be at a base of 10 quality when you tame them. You can raise it through breeding and such. I will be giving a little bit of tips for breeding after this. But yeah, now that you have your new horse, you can inspect it. See, it's all base 10. You can name a color, give it a color to see easier. But yeah, it's just more or less if you're able to fight the animal, then you're able to tame it. So, Mimosa the Second. The reason why I name it Mimosa the Second, if you haven't read one of my chapter descriptions, at this time of this recording, I got ganked outside the village, but fortunately I lost my horse. But the horse, it fought and it saved me from getting murdered. So I will honor its memory. All right, now to the reading part. Alright, now as we are here, as I try to keep my breeding tames, I'm going to be expanding this a lot. Thankfully they gave me a farming plot to start stashing, to start growing a lot of animal feed and hope that I can get some decent quality. But one of the better ways to raise the quality of your animals, the first step is obviously the swill or anything you put in that will help. Another thing is let's see, when we inspect this little horsey, you'll see a breeding quality, as this is a quality of 8. I do not want this animal to breed, so if you don't have a lot of space or you want to keep them close to the parent, the best thing you can do is you want to right click and then hit castrate, and it will basically neuter the animal in question, so this breeding quality of 8 won't interfere with the horses, with your future horses and the quality. The quality affects a lot of things. With horses, you're looking for metabolism and endurance. Well, all three of these, metabolism, stamina, endurance. I believe the main thing is endurance, because they're mostly going to be running around carrying you or your carts, wagons, whatever. Another thing you can do is you can slaughter them. I know within the first few days of them being born, if they are of a low quality and they are not a desired gender, or if you have too many animals, it is unfortunate, but it's the farmer's life. If you slaughter and butcher them within the first few days that they are born, you can acquire an item called the suckling's maw, which is used for cheese making in this game. Another thing is to have your best, the female and the best male together, the stud and the mare together. I'm probably going to section them off on one part of my the plot in the village, and then I will have others on the farm plot for ease of feeding, because there will be a lot. I might just expand this, demolish my tar kilns, and make more room for animals. That's just it. I have tried, because when I lost Mimosa, when you're, I guess from real experience real quick, let's say, you really need items, you only have the mother horse and the foal, and if for whatever reason the mother gets lost or is unfortunately killed defending you against evil people, somebody told me that milk, the fowls will drink from the barrels of milk, and that is false. It has not. It is very annoying, but the only thing that affects Because when an animal goes without, like a baby animal goes without milk for too long, their quality will drop. And certain things, as you see, it's, I mean, I don't speak Russian, but that's what the person that gave it to me, they told me that the name was like a mimosa. I'll put it to the translator too, but yeah, when they don't have a mother to drink off of, they will begin to lose quality. That's kind of it. But if you don't have any swill, but you have a lot of grass, and you don't have to worry the horses will eat the grass, you know, obviously the horses, but the downside to that is the grass is considered quality 10. So in the long run, it will decrease the quality of the horses. So it's really how you want to do it. But yeah, as far as swill, you can use seeds, straw. You can't use onions for some reason, which is, you know, but for some reason you can even use meat. Let me get over here. I don't have any raw meat, but it can be used for whatever reason. One of the best things you can to make things easy, you can use a wheelbarrow on a pile of straw and get it in there. Pick up a barrel of seeds that you don't want, drop it into the trough, and or if you have a bunch of manual items, you can do Control Shift then right click. But do be careful; it will take everything out that is edible through your inventory. But it will get them fed. It's not the best. I mean, but I like having food. Alright, just a cautionary tale for villages and just about everything in general. If you are going to keep a herd and have it grow, if you know you are going to be busy or you're going to step out, just understand that if you leave your males or if you have pregnant females within a place, and if they give birth to a male while you are gone for a week, 2 weeks, a month, however much time, or if you're really busy, you're in a village. But I have seen it before with people not taking, controlling the herd. And it can get out of hand really quickly because, more females, more males, they'll keep breeding and breeding and breeding, and eventually they will eat out all of the troughs. And I have dubbed this the Horsepocolypse because it is basically self-destruction with farmers not taking care of their or farmers, ranchers, same thing at this point, but ranchers not taking care of their animals properly. Basically, they will eat out the troughs. They will keep growing in number until there is too many to eat up all of the grass within their confined space, and they will eventually all starve to death. So, if you in a group and you're going to be out for a while, just as a safe measure, if you're not sure with your partners, your group, or whatever, just make sure you keep all of the males that are not castrated separated by, I would say, like have your females here and your males all the way over here, for an example. Keep them far away so they don't eat out all of your troughs and you come back to a field of death, which is not a good sign. It's just like animals in real life. You want to take care of them, and yes, in this game, you will have to slaughter and do whatever you have to take to protect and to control your cattle, your horses, everything. So It's just a cautionary tale. If you don't take care of them and do your responsibilities as a rancher, you will find a field of corpses just rotting away in your pens, and the quality of all of your animals can absolutely degrade it. So just keep in mind, if you step out of the game, um, to make sure you have somebody you trust, or to beforehand separate your I would separate your pregnant cows as well, or cattle as well, into a separate pen. So, so that way you will have a protected, you will have a protected female branch. You'll have protected males that won't starve, and you will have your females that will give birth, but you don't have time to sit there and take care of them like you would. So this way you would preserve your herd and make sure they live on. And another fun fact, make sure you when you go anywhere, you have a rope in your inventory, not in your tool belt. So when you get off wherever you're at, your animal will leash, and because if it's in a claimed area, you will not be able to get your horse back. It's just part of the game. It might be able to, I think. Yeah. Okay, so just be careful when you're going in through claims like that with your animals, and just make sure you protect them, okay? Okay. Alright, now back into the video. Alright, so as a quick honorable mention, if you're just using ranged, you would have to be careful, as you know, you can't really control the amount of damage that, well, you can't control what you use, but it can be easy to kill them with range, especially if you're using a really solid bow. But if you're just using slings, it should be okay. But little pockets like this in the overworld, or if you are lucky enough to find spots like this in a cave, which is highly advised, as if you try to do the range taming in the overworld, there's a high chance somebody can just come along and just slaughter anything that you are trying to tame. Of course, if cases like these, you can build a raft and you can ferry the animals across. Build your hitching post, and you can just range them that way. So it's just an honorable mention. I don't really have a setup to do range yet, and at least for me, it's just more work than it's worth. But one thing you can do is, if you do it in the click cave, definitely try to claim what you can. You can leave like a dugout right on the water, or if you have the coracle, you can, much more convenient. But in cases like these where there's no shallow water, you can't really drop the coracle and hop in it. But yeah, you can leave like a hearth here, so that way you can just hearth back with the animal, tie them to a hitching post, and then do whatever. And when they're ready, you can stand, swim or stand. Be careful when swimming. And you can just range the creature. You can't set up like fences to make it easier for you to hit the animals, to get them to tame. But the only reason I don't like this method is just the unknown troll. Somebody come along and they'll just butcher your animals, and there's not much you can do about it. So this is a much more safer method. It has that drawback. So if you're not confident in combat, you can definitely try to use the sling to do the taming. Just make sure you have a lot of stone, and you should be fine. If you do have a cliff like the one I showed you, if you are able to to claim it and then palisade it off, then that would eliminate that drawback, and you would have a really safe place to do your range taming, just launching rocks off the cliff at the creature. So it's just things to keep in mind. Whatever's easiest for you. Uh, it's just how you want to do it. So I briefly wanted to mention this, if that's something you wanted to do, or if you feel safer just doing the arranged method, which I might actually give it a try. You can't. Well, I'll give it a try for that cow, but I already have it hitched up. So. Just one things to keep in mind. I guess for some creatures like the cows, it might be a lot more easier just to do it the ranged method. But again, if you can get a claim, or if you can make your own. Oh, I don't have it on this character. Hold on. Okay. The landscaping, and once you've discovered cloth, you can make an embankment scaffold. Basically, this is what you will use to create your own cliffs and to terraform how you see fit. So, if you're able to have a lot of land, you can make your own little cliffside, and just have your animals hearth in with your tamer within the pit, you could say. And when they're ready, range them off, and you should be a-okay. This is quite resource intensive though, but if you are in a village, or if you really want to tame but you really don't like constantly healing or getting your armor up, this is another way to do it. It just will require more work and a lot of soil, but it is a method that you can choose if you wish. That's pretty much it. Obviously you want to castrate the lower quality, or outright, just slaughter them, and give them purpose, because they'll just pretty much be sitting, ruining your herd, and yeah. So that'll be it for now. Thank you for watching. If this video has helped you, please consider to like, drop a comment down below if you want to. If there's something else you wish to know, or if I'm doing good, if I'm doing bad, any amount of feedback is greatly appreciated. And I'm sorry, this guy right here that accidentally touched grass. Should we hold on here? True gamers never touch grass. Anyways, I love chat sometimes. But yeah. Just comment down below if there's any other questions, or if there's something else you wish to see. Do consider subscribing if you wish to see more. And due to some things going on in my life, I might set up a Patreon and see if anyone would be willing to help me out with that, so I can keep some of the content going. More or less, I wanted to get to a point where I can hire an editor, but that's going to be a ways off for me. But it is what it is. We'll ride the wings of fate as they go. So, thank you for watching, and I do hope you'll have a wonderful day. Alright, peace out. Zero Ravens, peace out.